but when I tried to reset the PC, it blue screened again and again and again, and I can't reinstall Windows.
I can almost guarantee that those crashes are coming from your CPU, because I've now had multiple systems come in the shop that show that exact same issue that you were getting. Things like not being able to install Windows, getting an error when you're going through the installation method, or if you're able to load Windows, all of a sudden the system just starts crashing randomly. And everything that you typically would try, like testing your system memory, even changing out your SSD, or swapping the memory, going down to one stick, doesn't make a difference. And we know it's not software related because you did a full reinstallation of Windows. So why do I think it's the CPU then? Well, if you've heard about the 13th and 14th generation Intel instability issues, it makes a whole lot more sense. See, the problem with the old microcode that was run on a lot of 13th and 14th generation CPUs before the update came out is that your CPU was actually sending the incorrect amount of voltage to its cores as well as other parts on the actual die itself, resulting in early failure. And even if you have updated your BIOS, it doesn't really matter because any damage that was already done is already there. Which is why sometimes it can take a little while to actually present itself. And what I've noticed with these CPUs when they do fail, they typically will have issues like an issue with their memory controller. So the CPU can't connect to the memory, you get a lot of memory faults, but it doesn't matter if you change your RAM out, you get the exact same thing every time. But what I think is going on with you, and I've seen this a couple times as well, is that the CPU is actually disconnecting from your M.2 slot. See, your CPU is actually in charge of the PCIe interface on modern motherboards, which means both your GPU as well as your NVMe slots for your M.2 drives. And if for whatever reason something was damaged because of that higher voltage on the CPU, you'll start getting these instability problems where the actual drive will disconnect and it'll result in a blue screen. Or you'll lose the ability to install Windows and you'll get errors because it will just like disconnect during the process of installation and then Windows just throws a fault. Fortunately, your CPU is probably not old enough to be out of warranty, so you can actually file an RMA request with Intel and they should send you a replacement with no problem.